Hello everyone, welcome back. So, Invincible season 4 just made a subtle but very powerful move with Mark Grayson because he's officially gone back to his original costume. And no, it's not just for nostalgia, it actually says a lot about where his character is mentally right now. Let's break it down. So, throughout Invincible, Mark has constantly been involving stronger powers, harder choices, more responsibility. And in season 3, that evolution was reflected in his blue and black suit. The costume wasn't just a visual upgrade, it represented a more mature, hardened version of Mark, a version who was ready to do whatever it takes. But here's the problem, that version of Mark started going too far. Season 4 shows just how much that darker mindset has affected him, and the biggest turning point when he kills Livingston. That moment completely shakes him because up until then, Mark always believed he could be better, better than the villains, better than his father, but killing an innocent person while wearing that new suit, it made him feel that he had crossed a line that he can't come back from. And it doesn't stop there. We also see him nearly lose control in other moments, like when he almost kills Titan or when he attacks dinosaurs in his human form. These aren't just fight anymore, they are signs that Mark is struggling internally. He's becoming more violent, more unstable, and worst of all, he knows it. So in his mind, the new costume no longer represents growth, it represents who he's afraid of he's becoming. That's why he gives it up. Now, this is where the art comes in because art doesn't see Mark as broken, he sees him as human. He points out something really important. Mark feels guilty, he questions his action, he cares, and that's exactly what separates him from Omni Man because Nolan never doubted himself, Mark does. And according to art, that's actually a good thing. So instead of pushing him forward into that darker version of himself, art offers him something else, his original truth, not a step backward, but as a reminder of who he was when he started, a kid who just wanted to help people, a hero who believed in doing the right thing. And that hits Mark hard because deep down, there's still who he wants to be, but there's one more piece to this. Right before fully embracing the old suit again, Marks go through something unexpected. He literally ends up in hell, and weirdly enough, that experience gives him clarity. Even in the darkest place imaginable, Mark still chooses to do good. He fights, he survives, and he protects others without completely losing himself. And that's the realization. He hasn't lost who he is, he just lost his way for a bit. So when he finally returns and puts on the original costume again, it's not regression, it's a reset, a conscious decision to ground himself before things get even more worse, especially with what's coming next, like the looming conflict with Thrag and Nolan's return to Earth. Mark knows bigger battles are already ahead, but if he's going to face them, he needs to be the right version of himself, not the strongest, not the most ruthless, but the one who still believes in being a hero. And that's why this costume change matters so much because it's not about what Mark wears, it's about who he chooses to be. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.